Hey guys, welcome back to the beautiful state of Utah. I know I made a video like 20 minutes ago about how to start a car, but I've had a lot of questions about how to actually drive. I know a lot of you guys aren't familiar with driving, and so here I am going to teach you how to drive in my 2003 Toyota Camry XLE with no modifications. This car is completely stock. You know how it is when you don't have any money. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to drive. So the first thing you guys are probably going to want to make sure that you have enough of is gas. So right there you see on the dashboard, it's a little dusty, but I have most of my gas. I've got about more than half a tank left. That'll probably get me 200 miles in a commuter car such as this. I already taught you guys how to start the car. So things that you always want to check before you drive is you want to check your oil to make sure your engine doesn't explode. So usually to pop the trunk, it's right here in most cars. So we're gonna go to the front of the car, and then usually the hatch is somewhere right here. If I can get it, usually twist left or right depending on the car. Now once you lift the hood of the car, most cars stay up like this, or there's usually a stick that goes up and holds the thing up. But you probably want to check your engine oil level. This is very hot because cars are very hot. Check your oil level to make sure your car's not going to explode. Once you're done checking your oil level, you can shut the lid, get back in the car, get out your keys because you might need those to start the car. And then you're going to start the car like using the steps that I used in the last video. So start the car. Now your car is only going to start in park, so make sure you're in park.
Bluetooth connection success.
Make sure your tunes are going to be bumping. Don't get me copyright strikes, please. So once you've got your tunes bumping and you're not going to roast to death in your car, so make sure that you have the foot on the brake down there. So this is the brake and this is the gas. See, it gets kind of loud and some people think that's scary. So let's teach you about the dashboard here. So on the right, we have the miles per hour, which is basically how fast you're going. You have how much gas you have, and you have the revolutions per minute. The higher this goes, the worse your gas mileage is, and your engine might explode. Oh, and there's your temperature, which is kind of important. Over here, you have your lights. So these are lights off. These are my daylight lights. I'm not sure what this does, and then this is my lights are all the way on like it's dark outside. On this side we have our windshield wipers, which it's not raining, so I'm not going to show you what that does. You've got your cruise control, which basically drives the car on its own except for steering, and then you have your time, miles per gallon, all these other cute little settings that you have over here. You have your radio. I'm sure you guys have worked a radio before. Air conditioning, it's air conditioning. How can you not know how to use it? So next, let's move on to the transmission right here. So every time you're going to shift, make sure you have your foot on the brake. So we're going to have to push in the brake, and this is reverse. You'll always be going backwards. So make sure that when you're driving, you're looking behind where you're going so you don't hit any children, bikes, other cars even. That's always important. And so to shift out of reverse again, you push in the trigger, pull back, and this is neutral. Your car's at a standstill entirely. If you're going uphill and you go into neutral, you'll keep going up the hill until you run out of momentum. But if you're going downhill, you'll just kind of go backwards. To shift out of neutral, you don't need to put your foot on the brake, but it's always advised. So I'm going to push my foot on the brake like so, push in the handle, and pull down into drive. This will now propel me forward as I continue through this empty parking lot. This parking lot is one of a kind. You'll never see another one of these ever in your entire life. Oh, and it looks like somebody's getting pulled over. That's unfortunate. It sucks to be them. So how to park is fairly simple. I just did the most beautiful parking job you've ever seen in your entire life. 2 and low are gears of your transmission, of which the car doesn't shift out of. Drive is just automatic transmission. I don't recommend going into second or low because you could possibly ruin your engine. So let's teach you how to park. So when you're coming out of a parking spot, make sure you shift into reverse the correct way. Go out the direction of which you need to go. Don't mind the cop. And then once you've straightened out, you can shift back into drive and then pull forward like so. So how to park. I'm not going to show you how to park today. I can make that in a separate video, but basically how to get into one of these parking stalls like so. Let's say you're just, you know, chilling down the road and I want to pick that spot right there. So we're going to have to go forward, take it wide, and then just, you know, just kind of slip into the spot here, and make sure you don't go over or under the lines or everybody will think you're a scumbag. So let's go check out my parking spot. So I've done an absolutely marvelous parking job here. You know, I'm in the lines. See, look at this, I'm in the lines. I don't think anybody's done a better parking job than me. Looks like I've got a bit of a flat tire. But yeah, I'm in the line. So basically everybody's gonna love me because I'm not taking up too much or too little of space. And also, don't mind this one beauty of a car here. There's myself. I'm recording on a GoPro. So make sure you're always weary of other cars that could be out there on the road or pedestrians. So always, when you're backing out, make sure to stay out of the spot. We're imagining that 2 other cars are on mine. And then right now, I would have hit a car behind me because this parking lot is tiny. And then voila, here we go. We've made it out of our parking spot. We can choose a million other parking spots. You know how it is. I think that's gonna be my video on how to drive. I hope you guys learned something today. I certainly didn't, but yeah, expect a lot more of these videos in this treacherous time that we are currently going through. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.